Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So in the last video we have worked on our button component. I hope you guys have liked it, the structure we have followed, and I've linked the video in that button in the description so you guys can follow that. In this video we're going to start working on our next component. So right now we're going to start working on our cart component. So this is the cart component I have, and it is one of the biggest component we have in our application, this cart component and the footer component. So what we can do is we can start working on this cart component. Let's open that one and let's start working on a JSX. So here we are in the cart component. Let's import a couple of things from React. So we'll have to import the React use state, and that's coming from React. Then we have to import the image, that's coming from Next.js. Import the link tag. Then we have to do the internal import. So in that we have to import the CSS file, and that's coming from the same directory. Then we have to import the images, all the images, because at first we have to display the dummy data. So we'll say client index, because we have two folder. Inside the image folder we have this client folder, in that we have the client images, and on the image folder we have the images folder. So hope you guys haven't forgot that. Then we have to build the component. So we'll take this card, in that we have to receive the props. So these are the props we're going to receive. Set notification image is the actual data will contain, like name, user, description, everything. So all the data will contain into this image variable, and it will have a index value as well. So these are the three props we're going to receive. Now we can build the JSX. So let's take a div. It will have a class called card. Inside that we'll take a div. It will have a class called style content. In that we have to define the anchor, because when someone will click on the image we have to redirect to the detail page, to redirect to the image detail page. So we have to build the router. So we'll say /image/, and in that we have to pass the ID. Again, this image will have the entire information about the particular image, and from there we try to access the ID. Then we have to take the p tag. Here we have to display the image. So we'll take the normal image tag, and in that we have to display the image. So image style. Then we have to define the source of the image. Then we have to provide the all tag. Then we have to provide the width is going to be 250, and the height is going to be 200. Then close this image tag. Come here, we have to close this p tag, and we have to close the anchor tag. Then we have to take a span, and it will have a class called para. Inside that we have to take the image, and we have to display the image of the user. So we'll have this avatar class which I have already created as a utility classes, and then we have to assign the source. So we'll take the image. Inside that we have the client folder, and we have the image index +1. So in this way it will display different images. Then we have to come here, we have to take the width 40, and height is going to be 40 as well. And we can define, close that one. Then take a small tag. Inside that we have to take a class. We'll say para small, and we'll have an on click function, because when someone will click here we're going to display the address of the user. So when someone will click on this particular small tag, it will copy the address of the user, and here we have to set the message called set notification to successfully copy. And we can come here, we can say navigator.clipboard right, and here we have to pass the actual data, the owner address. Right now we are just filling and building the entire component. So right now we are building the real component. Everything will make sense, just follow along with me. And here we're going to display the wallet address of the user. So we'll say image.owner, we have to slice it down, and we have to display only 25 character of the address. Then we have to close this small tag. Looks fine. Now we have to close this span. Then we have to take a span, and inside the span we have to call it created at. So we have to display the date when it's got created, and we have to simply convert into a string, and then we have to pass the data. Then we have to take a number, display the ID of the image, close that one. Then we have to take a small tag. It will have a class called para, and in that we have to display the description but we don't want to display the entire description, because some description will be great in number, some will be low, small. If we take the entire description, it will distort our UI part, so I don't want to display that. So I want to display the fixed character 80. Then we'll have to take the button, then we'll have an on click function, and on the on click function we have to simply say set notification to imageUrl is copy successfully, copy. And here we have to simply use this navigator.clipboard write text, and we have to pass the URL of the image, which we have here in the image variable. Hope you guys haven't forgot that. Then we have to close this one. Then we have to assign a class btn, close this one. Then we have to take a copy URL, the text image text for the button, and close the button tag. So that's our button. Close this div, close the div, and that's the entire component for our card. Now we have to export this one. So that's the entire card component we have designed. Hope things are making sense to all of you guys. We are importing the necessary requirements from there, and then we are building the actual real component. So if I save, it will throw an error. Let me show you what I mean by that. So you can see we have the image, so it's working fine, and here you can see we have the image and we have the ID. So if I come here, if I go to the, let's come to the context, and if I go to this one, get uploaded image, in that you will find that we are passing all of this data, okay, all of this variable, and that's what we are trying to access in the component and displaying. Hope you guys haven't forgot that and everything is making sense. So come back here, and that's what we have done exactly here. We are simply rendering the actual data about the images. So that looks pretty good. And this is the copy. So once someone will click on the button, they can easily able to copy the URL of the image and the address of the user. So things are pretty good. All we have to do is to feed the actual data and our component is ready. So come here, and now we have to start working on the CSS. Target the card. We have to say position relative, display flex, align item center, justify content center, width itna, box shadow 0, 10%, 20%, and RGB color. Then we have the padding 32 pixels, overflow hidden, border radius 10 pixels, transition all 0.5 second, and cubic burst. So we have to display the animation variable. So that's the card properties. Now come here, we have to target the number. We'll say background color is going to be our linear gradient. So this is the linear gradient color. Padding is going to be 0.5 RAM and 1 RAM. We'll have the border radius 0.5 RAM, margin left 1 RAM. Then come down, we have to target the content, display flex, flex direction, column, align item, flex start, gap 20 pixels, color this, and we'll have the transition all 0.5 second, and we have this animation. And I have generated this with the help of the generators, the animation generators, okay, transition generators. Then come here, we have to take the content heading, font width 700, font size 32 pixels. Come down, we have to target the para, line height 1.5. Then we have to target the para small, padding left 1 RAM. Come down, content, target the button, color white, direction none, padding 10 pixels, font width 600, border none, cursor pointer, background linear gradient, and we'll have our linear gradient color. Then we'll have a border radius, we'll have a box shadow 0, 5 pixels, 10 pixels, and we have the RGB color. We'll come down, target the card before, because we have to add the animations, and we'll say content empty, position absolute, left 0, bottom 0, width is going to 100%, height is going to be 5 pixels, background linear gradient. Then we'll have the Z index -1, and then we'll have the translation all and our animations. And that's the card before element. Now come here, we have to target the over effect on before. So we'll say that height is going to be 100%, card the over effect, box shadow is going to be none. Then we have to target the card over effect on button. So we'll say color, this background color is going to be a whitish. We'll come down, we'll target the card where is content button over, outline 2 pixels solid, lightish white, then background transparent, color white, and we'll target the content button active, box shadow none. We'll come down, we'll target the image, border radius 0.5 ram, object fit cover, box shadow 4 pixels 4 pixels 30 pixels, and the RGB color we'll have, and that looks pretty fine. You can see this is the entire CSS we have written for the card component. It's pretty huge, and I hope you guys have followed that one. If you have missed something, make sure to rewatch. And I'll try to go a little faster with the CSS and the component design, because in this we don't need to build any logic, we have to use our creativity for the stylings. So that looks pretty fine. Active images, so all of the classes we have written, absolutely amazing. Now close this one, and now we have to import the component. So let's import that one, card. So card, copy that one, and that's what we have to paste. So we'll take a p tag. Okay, let's take a paragraph tag, and we'll say card, and now we have to display our card component. So come here, we'll take the card component and save it and come back to the application. You can see we are getting this error message because we don't have the data in our card component, and we need our data to display. So that's a very easy fix. What I can do is come back here, get into the card component, and we can display our dummy data. So right now you can see we are displaying this data. So simply take this, copy this one, and paste and comment this one. I don't want you to, don't remove that one, because when we'll feed the actual data, we're going to use that. So here what we can do is, instead of going with this endpoint, remove this one and provide one, the hardcode data, for the time being, only for display. And here we have this avatar, we don't need to do anything in here. And here we have the image address. So instead of this user address, let's comment this one, we can display something different. Okay, so let's pass this dummy text. Dummy text we have to pass it. So that looks pretty fine. Now here we have the actual data of the created ad. So what we can do is simply comment this entire portion and commit this. So simply comment this out, and we have to down here and paste here, and we can display this hardcode data, June 15 and 2023, this hardcode data. So this is the one we have, the ID. So again, comment this one and display a hardcode ID. So come here, we can take it, let's say take a span tag, and inside that we'll say #1. Looks pretty good. Then we'll have this description. So we can comment this one, and we can do one thing, simply grab this one and then comment and paste and comment here. And here we can display some dummy text. So what I will do, I will simply remove this portion and take the lorem's dummy text and replace couple of things from here and provide ... and this will work fine, and the rest would be fine. And this is the image, the button we have. So simply comment this as well, the navigator one, for the time being. And here we can simply pass this dummy text, so we can easily able to copy when I will click on that. Looks fine. Now we have to do the same thing here as well. So simply grab this one, and we have to comment this portion, subcopy and paste and comment, and here we have to display this dummy text. So make sure to do the exact thing which I'm doing, because we have done already the hard work. We have to feed the data, actual data, and that will display. But right now we are passing the dummy data. So that's the only thing you have to do. Save it, and this will fix the issue. Come back here, say this image is not defined, simply reload the browser, and here we have to do the changes. Okay, so come here where it is, and here we have the images, we have taken that one, and here we have taken the image. So what I will do, I'll come here and I have to import the image. So let's say import the image. I'll say images NFT, and that's coming from dot slash. We have to get into the image folder, and there we have the image. We have this index, and in that we have all the images. Now simply take that one, and that's what we have to pass here. So comment this, take the source, remove this one, pass here, and we have to get the image. So this is the one I'm taking. Save it, and you can see we have all of these images. If you open that one, looks fine, and still I'm getting this error message because we have to do this here. So I know what is the problem I have. You can see right now everything's working fine. So simply reload the browser and that will fix the issue. You can see we have the component and all the animation is working, but somehow the image is broken. And the reason it's broken because we have used the image tag. We have to use the next.js tag. So here we have this tag. That's what we're going to use it. Simply come here, and I'm going to simply copy this one, paste here, comment this. Let's bring it back. Comment this one and paste here, image, and that will fix the issue. Save it, and here we have the image. You can see beautiful animation. It's going on. And this user image is also broken, so we have to fix that in one as well, because we have to do the hard code, because right now we are going with this index value. That's why it's throwing us an error. So what I will do is, looks pretty fine to me. We have this broken image. Reload the browser. Still we have the broken image. So what I can do is, so we have this ID. Okay, I know what is. So simply take this, copy this one, bring it down, copy, paste here, and we have to remove this one. And by default we'll go with the image one. This is what name I have given. So this is the one. We have the client 1, client 2. If you come back to the index, you can see we have imported this image 1, client 2, client 3, and that's what we are trying to access here. Copy, and that's what you have to paste here. So this will work fine. Save it. Now if you come back here, you can see we have the user and everything's looking fine. All the animation button, if you click on that, we are getting this error message because we don't have this set notification. Means our function is working fine, the logic is working fine. Reload the browser and things are working fine. We have a nice beautiful animation. If you come here, this is the image. All of things are looking fine. So we are done with this 3 component: logo, button, and the card component. Now come back here. So that looks pretty good to me. For the time being, we're going to leave it like it. When we'll hack the actual data, we're going to do the changes. So that's pretty good to me. Close this one, and this is the image. Remove this one, close this one, and so that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope you guys have understood that what logic we have followed and how we have designed this beautiful card component. If you have encountered any error, make sure to rewatch the video. That will fix your doubt and fix your error. In the next video, we're going to start working on the next component. So let's move to that.